Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and helping us feed a hungry hippo. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up. This video will be coming out on New Year's Eve. So Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you have a great time celebrating tonight, however that looks to you. We'll be sitting in our living room in our pajamas, eating some takeout and a little bit of junk food and watching some movies. That's how we like to celebrate. But whatever it looks like to you, please have fun. Please be safe. If you drink, do not drive. Now, I know everyone is celebrating today and tomorrow's New Year's Day, which is a holiday. But I'm going to take this time to talk to you about your goals for 2025. This is the time of year, the one day, that we all usually reflect on the year that has gone by, about the things that we have accomplished and maybe the things that we didn't. And we look forward to the new year and think about the changes we're going to implement in our goals for the next year. Now, today is all about celebrating, so just keep this in the back of your mind. And then maybe tomorrow on the holiday or going into the coming up weekend, you can start to write your goals down and really think about them. I did do a video a couple weeks ago about looking back at 2024, so I hope you did that. And if you haven't, you still can. If you wrote your goals down for 2024, go back and look at them. And anything you accomplished, cross them off, highlight them, and celebrate. Celebrate each and every single win, every goal that you achieved. If you didn't achieve the goal, you need to do some reflecting and think about why. A lot of times when we can't achieve a goal, it's because we set a goal for ourselves that's unattainable. And it's not something that we can ever feasibly reach based on our life circumstances. And sometimes it's just for lack of trying, or we didn't implement enough good routines or business practices. Or maybe it's something you wrote down because you were excited when you were creating your goals. And then you realize, I was just a little overexcited and overzealous and just writing a bunch of things down. And it's not something I'm really interested in doing, nor do I want to do it. There's a variety of reasons why your goals aren't achieved. And it's okay. If you can put your finger on it and figure out why that goal wasn't attained, you can move forward. If it's something that's unattainable, you can either get rid of it altogether or make it smaller so you can try again this year. If it's something you absolutely are not interested in or just don't want to do anymore, scrap it. And if it's because of yourself or your own failings, figure out what those were. How are you going to fix that this year? Let's say you said your goal was to list 20 things a day, and you consistently all year only listed 5 or 10. If it's because you weren't sitting down to do the work, then you need to figure out how you're going to sit down and make yourself do the work this year. Write it back down for this year and do it. If it's because your life is so busy and you have so much going on that that's just not something you can do, scratch it. Do 10 a day. Write it down for 25. If you wrote down that you were going to start cross-posting to Etsy and then you found out that you're just not interested in that platform, get rid of it. You don't need to carry baggage with you into 2025. But each goal that you did achieve, give yourself a hand. Each one that you didn't, figure out why. Okay? And once you do that, we're going to start writing down our goals for 2025. Before you start writing down your goals, I want to talk about resolutions a little bit. I know I've said this before, but it's super important. I think it bears repeating, and I think you guys need to hear this. I don't believe in resolutions, and I don't think you should either. I think resolutions are something that we all get caught up in around New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Everybody gets caught up in it. Everybody gets excited. Everybody starts thinking about all the things we're going to do to make ourselves better. New year, new me, and all that stuff. And some people don't ever do any of it at all. Some people are really good for like a day or a week. The reason people don't stick to their resolutions, the reason people stop somewhere in the middle of January is because resolutions don't work. In the heat of the moment, in the passion of New Year's Eve, you cannot get excited and say, I'm going to go on a diet. Next, you're not. You're not. If you make a resolution, you're not going to do it. Now, if you write down somewhere that your goal for 2025 is to start exercising, and you think of steps to take towards that, and you consciously make an effort to start exercising every day, create that good habit, make it a part of your routines, build it into your schedule, and consistently do it, you will. That's the difference between a resolution and a goal. A resolution, I feel, is a declaration made in the moment when you're all excited and you don't really think about how you're going to follow through. When you make a goal, you think about how you're going to follow through. If your goal is to lose X amount of weight, you would want to divide that by 12 and then by 4 to get the monthly and weekly weight loss goals. Then you could think about how you're going to change your eating habits and maybe your exercise habits. But goals are always big things that you can break down into smaller steps so that you can accomplish them. So once we have reflected on 2024, any goals we're going to carry over that we now know how to achieve because we know where we went wrong, leaving behind the baggage. What new goals do you want for 2025? And I typically keep 2 separate lists. I keep one for my reselling business and one for personal, just for myself to be organized. You can have one list if you'd like. But what do you want to accomplish for your business? And what do you want to accomplish for yourself? And write it down. And, New Year's Day this year is on a Wednesday. So I don't think we all have to make any life-altering decisions or changes right now. We can write them down and think about it for a few days and break it down into those attainable, achievable, tiny little steps. You're not going to lose 50 pounds in January, but you might lose 50 pounds in 2025. You're not going to go from 100 active listings on eBay to 2,000 by February. But you could probably do it by the end of May if you break down how many you want to list a month, a week, a day. Break it down into small bits. So think about things like that. Make attainable goals. Don't get lofty. Don't start flinging stuff out there in the heat of the moment. Those are resolutions. You don't want those. You want clear, concise, attainable, achievable goals that make sense for you and your situation in life. Goals that can be broken down into smaller steps so that you can achieve these little steps all along the way to get to the bigger picture. And write them down. That's the most important part. Writing them down and then telling people about them so that you're accountable. So tell somebody, whether it's your partner, your Facebook group, your friends on Instagram, a TikTok reel, but tell somebody. Write them down and tell somebody. And then think about all the things you're going to do to make these things happen for you. And in the meantime, celebrate the new year. It is a time to celebrate. It was a pretty rough year for a lot of us. So we're going to leave all that behind. We're going to go into 2025 with a good mindset, good goals, positive attitudes, routines, schedules, all the stuff that will make us all successful, happy people who have found the ability to balance work and life. Happy New Year's, guys. Start thinking about your goals. Get them written down tomorrow if you want to. Tonight if you don't go out. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.